Video like we usually do that one time.
Are you gonna add the test video to the actual video like you did last time?
I don't know. We'll see.
Did you throw out the markers that don't work? Because there's so many markers there, and I bet half of them aren't gonna work. Because if you just put the same markers from last time in that basket.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Nice.
I didn't throw them out. Okay, that was.
Let's erase this.
Oh,
right? And
yeah.
then let's test all the markers.
Okay.
We can have like 3 different colors, so there's no, nothing too crazy. Why did you have to do that so loud? You're not even drinking it. You're just like. You know what I don't get in cartoons? When they drink something out of a cup, it always makes that noise. That means there's nothing in there.
Yeah. No, they go like gulp, gulp, like that.
Yeah, it makes that noise.
Yeah.
If you want to show that they're drinking, this is the noise it should make.
So nothing.
Yeah. Maybe at most you could.
Yeah. Hello. Today in our fake podcast video on somewhat mediocre show. That's what we.
It turns out that's like there's already a podcast, or there's already stuff called that. So we gotta like find another name or do something.
No, I'm not changing it.
Just change the letters so it's Mqed mediocre. People know what it means.
No, but okay, but we were gonna name ourselves Fraudcast, and that was already a thing.
Yeah, so everything's already a thing.
Well, today, my friend Sean here will be testing me on my geography skills because I think it is a well-known fact that they are quite horrendous.
How's that a well-known? Do you like discuss that in several of your videos?
No.
How is that a well-known fact then?
You should just look at me and think she probably doesn't know her geography very well.
Okay, I didn't. All right, we're gonna get this out of the way now. All right, this is gonna last us like a few minutes tops.
Once in the during the GOB, they go around the classroom and ask questions, and they can range from very difficult questions to extraordinarily easy questions. But the thing that always happens, I feel like, is they ask you a question and you don't know what it is, but you always know the one before and right after you. You know?
Yeah, I knew most of them except for mine. I forget what mine even was. I think it was something. The answer was Turkey, is what it ultimately ended up being. And I think I guessed Iran. In
6th grade, and my question was, when it came to me, all the questions had been particularly difficult. And I was like, well, I prepared myself to say pass, because you can pass them if you want. You just get nothing.
But you should think about it before saying pass.
I did think about it. My question was, what continent is the Amazon rainforest on? And I said, pass. Because in my mind, I couldn't figure out if it was, because I had the Nile mixed up with it for some reason.
And it's Africa.
No, but I was like, is it Africa or is it South America?
Okay.
Because they look the same to me. They're just like flipped.
Okay. All right.
I think part of the reason my geography is so bad is that I can't memorize things very well. Like, I struggle a lot in Spanish. Well, I don't really struggle in Spanish. It just takes me, I feel like, a lot more effort than a lot of people to memorize things.
Okay.
Like, I don't know my parents' phone numbers, and they've had it since I was, like, in kindergarten.
Okay. I know the area code for Berkeley and Oakland, California. I hate to toot my own horn.
Okay, alright. Well, why don't we get on to the questions then?
How many countries are there in the world? I'm going to give you a multiple choice question. 193, 195, or 197?
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Just guess.
197.
Wrong.
194.
That wasn't one of the options.
Oh.
193, 195, 197.
197.
You already guessed that.
194.
That's not an answer. How many countries are there in the world? 197. 193. 195. You guessed 197 twice. And you guessed 194 twice. 194 is wrong. 197 is close to the answer.
195. 193.
Yes, all three are correct. There are 193 countries recognized by the United Nations, 195 nations members of the United Nations, or wait, no, 100, yes, and 197 nations that claim they're a nation. That includes Vatican City and Palestine.
So what you're saying is that you tricked me.
Yes. Wait, hold on. Let's see here.
Like,
all right, so hold on. No, I had this wrong. There's 193 members, 195 recognized nations by the United Nations, and there's 197.
What are the
countries.
two that don't participate in the UN?
I don't know which two don't participate in the UN. It's probably, I'm gonna guess, an African or Middle Eastern country. Or a communist country that has very bad relations with everyone else. So that could be somewhere in Southeast Asia.
Greenland.
Too. Greenland? Greenland's, they're socialist, right?
I wrote a story once about World War III, and it took place in Greenland.
Why would you fight in Greenland?
They weren't fighting in Greenland. It was in the perspective of a girl who was living in Greenland during World War III, and that's where all of the weapon production was going on.
Why would you produce stuff in Greenland?
Because I thought it was part of America.
Okay. What's the largest continent? Just guess.
North America.
You have a 1 in 7.
No, Asia.
Yes, what's the second largest?
North America.
Wrong. That's the third largest.
Oh, Africa.
Yes, that's the second largest. Alright. Third question. Name 5 stands. Examples, Afghanistan, Pakistan. 5.
Palestine.
It's not a stand.
Wait, does it have to be a country?
What other...
Sebastian Stan.
No. Another 5 countries that end in STAN.
What were the examples you gave me?
Pakistan, Afghanistan.
There's one that starts with a K.
There's 2 that starts with a K.
Yeah, and they're like right here.
Okay, where are they called though?
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the second?
There's one that starts with a B.
No, there's not.
Right between the 2 K ones.
I don't think that ends in stan.
Balistan.
That's not a thing. Balistan? That's not a thing.
Wait.
You have Pakistan, Afghanistan. I gave those 2. You can have them, okay? Then you have Kazakhstan, okay? You need 2 more.
Iranistan.
That's not a thing.
African.
That doesn't end in stan.
Quasimodo-stan.
Okay, yeah, fine. Next question. I'm done with this. What's the most populated country? There's 2 really populated countries. Just guess one of the 2. You've got a 50% chance.
Indonesia.
No.
China.
Yes.
Russia.
I said yes. China's the most populated.
Wait, but isn't Indonesia up there?
India is, not Indonesia.
But
Indonesia's an island. It's not.
No,
that...
but it's like very tightly packed. One of the
Okay,
islands.
but densely populated and most populated are very different. Name the Scandinavian countries. I expect you to be able to do this.
Okay.
You've been to all of them, I think.
Sweden.
Yeah.
Denmark.
Yeah.
Switzerland. No, not that one. The other one. There's this Finland.
Okay. I got one more.
Netherlands.
You said Denmark?
Denmark. Norway.
Yeah.
Sweden.
Yep.
Finland.
Yep.
Switzerland.
That's not no.
Wait, is it?
No, we were talking about Greenland. It's similar and sometimes compared to Greenland because
Iceland.
Greenland is
Iceland.
yes. What's the most common symbol for flags to have on them?
Stripe.
No. I mean, yeah, probably, but that's not a symbol.
Plus. Cross. X.
An X. How many flags do you know that have an X on them?
The English flag, the Switzerland flag,
The Switzerland. No, that's a cross, not an X.
Well, it is if you turn it.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, all right.
Finland.
It's a star, Mina. The answer's star.
What flag has a star on it other than America? Brazil.
Australia has stars. China has stars. Not Saudi Arabia. The green one.
Would you consider
With the
Japan
moon.
because it's a sun?
That's no. It's a star. I said symbol, not like actual item. So the star isn't a symbol. A circle is not a star. This is shapes. Right? There are several countries in the world that have 2 capitals. I don't expect much of you at this point, so just name 3.
Wait, what was the question?
3 countries that have 2 capitals. Name 2.
That have how many capitals?
2.
I want to say Africa, but I'm not gonna do it.
That's not a country.
Russia.
Well, actually, go back to what you were saying about Africa.
The Dominican Republic of the Congo.
That's not a thing. The Dominican Republic of the Congo? I am baffled by your ignorance.
I'm thinking
So
maybe
you said the word Africa.
Yeah, Dominican Republic of Africa.
That's all right. So that's not a thing. We got that out of the way. I already said that. What else has the word Africa in it?
South Africa.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Name another. Because you're really on a roll here.
The Philippines.
No.
Brazil.
No. But there's a few in South Africa. So keep going after that. Oh, actually, go back to South Africa. What's right next to South Africa? I believe it's right on top, or it's in Africa. It's like
Zimbabwe.
that's not in South Africa.
But you said right next to.
All right, South Africa. Let's get a marker. Let's go for it. Right. You got a marker. South Africa. You know, there's this whole African thing. South Africa is like right here. Okay, right?
Yeah.
This.
No, I know that. I just did it. I just did the math on it. Swaziland. Something.
Alright, so you got...
Swaziland.
Yes. Alright.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Swaziland.
Wait, why does it have two?
It's got 2 capitals.
It's tiny.
Alright, so also in Africa, you're going to go way up here. There's just a little thing right here. It's got...
Guinea.
It starts with that.
It's the something of ivory.
Yes, but like, what's the first word?
Dog.
Alright, we're done with this. Next question. All I'm going to do is have you name 5 capitals of countries. This is going to increase in difficulty. So we're going to start with the U.S. What's the capital of the United States of America?
Washington, D.C.
Yes. What's the capital of Russia? This isn't difficult. There's one Russian city that you probably know.
Ukraine. It starts with does it start with a V?
No.
No,
I have no doubt that there's a Russian city that starts with a V, but the capital isn't one of them. You've definitely, I have no doubt that you've heard of this city before.
Yeah, because I bet Natasha Romanoff has mentioned it.
Okay. Alright, so what did Natasha Romanoff mention then? If you're getting stuck on the second one, then you're never going to be able to get the last 3. Alright, you want to just skip this and maybe by some act of God, you know the next one?
Yeah.
India.
The city of India.
That's not a thing. There's no city of India. New Delhi.
Why is it got New Delhi?
Actually, is it? There's New Delhi and then there's Mumbai. No, I think it's New Delhi. It's New Delhi. Lebanon.
What if you're getting these wrong, like the facts? Like, our viewers won't be happy.
Me?
Yeah.
I think I'm getting them right. I could be wrong about the New Delhi, but I'm like 85.5% confident.
Wait, what did you say?
Lebanon. Directly north of Israel. Starts with a B.
Hint? Yeah. Big city.
Why are you... New Zealand.
New Zealand is a country? I just never said that.
Yes, it is a country.
All I know is that there's a Hobbit place. The Shire.
Yeah, okay. Are you going to answer the question, or
I
can
did.
we just move on from this and talk about something else?
What is the capital of Russia?
Moscow.
I knew that!
Oh, then why didn't you say it? Okay. What's the capital of New Zealand?
What letter does it start with?
W-E-L-L.
Wellington.
Yes.
Actually?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at
No,
geography.
you're not, actually. That was terrible.
I'm so good.
Alright, so let's move on from this, because that was a wreck.
That was the whole thing?
That was all 12 questions. You skipped like 4 of them, because some of them I didn't think you could do at all.
What? Well, okay, but like if we're like,
alright, fine. Would you like to go on? Name all the countries that have 2 capitals.
Vietnam.
No. Alright, well, would you like to name the
Cambodia.
capital of what's the capital of Vietnam?
Indonesia.
No, it's got 2 names. It used to have one name, and then it got another name.
The capital of Vietnam.
Yes. Who was the guy who started the communist revolution in North Vietnam?
Winston Churchill.
No. No. You don't learn about Winston Churchill in AP World. We didn't get to World War II.
Is he the guy who was like, tear down this wall?
Which wall?
The one with during the
Berlin Wall?
Yeah.
He probably wanted the wall down.
Is
Everyone
he the
wanted
one
the wall
who
down.
said it though?
Except for the communists.
He was like, "Sir, tear down this wall," or something. Search it up.
I bet a lot of people said,
Search it
"Sir,
up,
tear
search
down
it up."
this wall."
Not sir. It was something else. I don't know.
Okay, I'm baffled.
I think that's who he is.
Alright, so, Sir, tear down this wall.
No, not sir. Just
Sire. I'm thinking about this. A common sense filter. There's not going to be any relevant results for me just looking up tear down this wall.
Yeah, no, I bet there is.
Tear down this wall.
Winston Churchill.
The first thing I see is an ad for a drywall company.
Did you search with
Tear down who? What was the tear down this wall speech?
No.
That was Ronald Reagan.
No, who? Then
Tear down this wall is a line from a speech delivered by U.S. President Ronald Reagan in West Berlin. It was the Berlin Wall.
I might have got it wrong. Wait, search Winston Churchill quotes. I bet there is something.
It's just gonna. Oh my god! Do I have to?
Yes.
Winston Churchill quotes. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts.
See, that's how you should have reacted to me answering the questions wrong.
You didn't even answer the questions wrong. You just didn't answer them.
I did. You just didn't like my responses. I've got something that we can do regarding geography.
Okay. There's nothing here about walls, by the way.
Why? Why not?
Oh, wait. Here we go. We shape our buildings. Thereafter, they shape us.
See?
Yeah. What are you doing? What is this? No. Why are we playing board games with Jeff? I don't want to play a board game.
It's not a board game.
You're gonna fail miserably.
It's a map.
I don't feel like winning right now. I don't need that satisfaction.
It's not a game.
I beat the entire Assassin's Creed Odyssey game over the past 4 days. I don't need any more satisfaction than what I already have.
Please.
What are we doing?
I need help.
Help with what? Oh my god. We're really gonna do this? I don't want to make a are you kidding me?
If I put this together, then I guarantee you will know.
Right, so by the way, here's the Dominican Republic. There's no Dominican Republic of Congo.
There's a Republic of Congo.
There is.
I just got it confused. That's all. Why is it not fitting?
Because maybe it's not right. You're trying to put Brazil next to Australia.
Wait,
it's so simple. I don't even get how... This is sunflower or yellow. That's daisy yellow. They don't go together.
They do.
No, they don't. They really don't, actually. Okay, so... Here we go. Here's Canada. Canada and most of North America would appear. Why are we doing this? I don't want to be doing this.
I need to set it up. We need more time in our video.
So then let's talk about something interesting. Let's not do a puzzle. Are you crying?
You talk about something.
What are we supposed to talk about?
I don't know.
So what's your favorite part of Chex Mix?
I like the
Oh, look at that. What's the pink country right there? No, next one. Move this. What's that pink country? The Democratic Republic of Congo.
I thought it said Dominican.
Did you write Dominican on one of your maps or something?
Are they going to be checking those maps?
They made the Estonian flag wrong. That's not the Estonian flag.
It might be old.
No, it's not. The Estonian flag... Alright, so Estonia was one of the Slavic countries that was established after the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1995?
Is that what happened to
No,
Ukraine
wait. No. That would be way earlier. Would it? When did the Soviet Union collapse? You don't know. Never mind. This is not the Estonian flag. The Estonian flag is blue, black, and white.
What is that?
That is purple, black, and white.
Maybe you just printed wrong. Where's the rest of Russia? It just stops.
Look on the piece on the floor, Mima. Okay, wait, look at this. Oh, yeah, look, we got Brazil. Okay, so we're going to piece together. Are you kidding me? Brazil is not that close to South America.
What?
Wait, no.
It is
South
in
Africa. South Africa. Or Africa. Look, Africa's right there. It's not that big. This isn't right. This is this map is false in every way.
Maybe that's why my geography is so bad, because I grew up on this map.
Are you kidding me? You can't blame this on anything but yourself. Alright, so we've got our map here. What was the point of this? Do you feel accomplished?
Yeah.
There's Switzerland.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we do now?
Whoa, that's kind of cool. That's a cool flag.
Well, it's a shield and the spears that.
Nepal. That's not flag shaped.
Okay, well let's find the Vatican. The Vatican City one they spelled Moldova wrong. And find Equatorial New Guinea, or just Equatorial Guinea. I forget.
What? It's not here.
No, that would be Guinea-Bissau.
I don't. Where's Equatorial Guinea then?
Probably near the equator.
Where's the equator?
In the middle of Earth.
It's not there.
This because you're not looking at the equator.
This is the equator.
Does that say equator, or does that say Tropic of Cancer? I've heard enough. I've seen enough. Tahiti, France. Oh, did you know there's an island called McDonald's Island?
Actually?
Yes. Alright, so now what are we going to discuss?
I don't know.
Did you answer my question about Chex Mix earlier?
No, I didn't. Okay, so in it, I'm trying to think what's in Chex Mix.
You've got your normal Chex, then you've got like the whole wheat, whole grain, free range, organic.
Don't like those.
Okay, and then you've got your breadsticks, your pretzels, and your rye bread.
Are the pretzels the ones that are like circular? Are the pretzels circular?
The pretzels are circles, but they also come in the squares.
I like the circular ones.
They're the exact same thing. They taste like nothingness infused with flour.
Okay, well then I guess I like the regular Chex, the not whole.
Okay, so here's the thing: is I put on my Instagram story a thing, and it was like, what's your favorite part of Chex Mix? And I couldn't do a poll. Originally, it was a poll.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to say just to figure out what people liked, but there was no poll feature to have 4 options. So instead, I had to do a multiple choice thing in which one answer was correct.
Oh.
I had Chex being correct because it's Chex Mix. I figured, sure, why not? But a lot of people are voting for rye bread. The rye bread is good in my opinion, but it's super salty.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to be making a video on myself is I'm going to be making a video where I have a friend crush up, like take all the Chex, all the pretzels, all the rye bread, and all the breadsticks, crush them up, put them into bags. I'm going to be blindfolded, and I'm going to have to eat food out of each of the bags. That's just this powder.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be able to figure out which one's rye bread because it's super salty. I'm going to be able to figure out which one's pretzels because it tastes like nothingness. And I'm going to be able to figure out which one's Chex because it tastes good. The breadsticks, they're doing their own thing. I don't even know.
I've never really been a fan of Chex Mix.
I don't know why. Well, there's several types of Chex Mix. There's
I like
jalapeno.
the really cheesy one.
That's the cheese Chex Mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see, because I kind of thought that they were always cheese, but they're not.
Okay.
I prefer my Japanese cracker medley. There's this kind that you can get at Trader Joe's.
That
yeah,
stuff?
that
Okay.
stuff. It's pretty good, but the thing is, I've taken up an unusual liking for the vinegar chips. But the thing is, there's very few vinegar chips compared to all the other chips.
What do the vinegar chips look like?
They're just round, white.
It sounds like the holy wafers that they give you at communion.
Yeah, kinda. I don't know.
Okay. I've never eaten one. I've never eaten a holy wafer.
It just tastes like vinegar.
Why do you like that?
I don't know. I really like it though. It's kind of sweet too. I really like it, but I'm gonna I want to write a letter to Trader Joe's about how I want one with only vinegar chips in it.
That's not. They won't do that because nobody else is gonna buy it.
My dad likes vinegar chips more than the other one. Okay, but there's like really. Okay, so there's like multiple types of crackers, and one of them is like just this horribly bland like styrofoam thing, and then another one is also horribly bland, but it's crunchy. And then there's one that's pretty much like the horribly bland styrofoam one, but it's spicy, and I don't like those.
Have you ever had wasabi peas?
Yeah. I don't like them.
All right, I think there was a better way to express that point. Why don't you like them?
I don't really like spicy. Like
what
like
about buffalo
spicy.
chicken pizza? All right, so here.
No, the thing is, I like spicy, but it's got to be more than like spicy. Like it's got to have some like flavoring to it, you know.
So you wouldn't drink
like,
hot sauce?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I wouldn't like I feel like wasabi doesn't add any flavor. It just
okay,
makes
so
it
like
spicy.
spicy chicken and rice you would eat.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So here's my question: buffalo chicken pizza. Do you prefer the chicken on your buffalo chicken pizza to be grilled or breaded?
Grilled.
Okay. I agree. I think that a lot of times people try for the breaded, and it turns out poorly.
Yeah.
Because to cook breaded chicken, you need to cook it, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be extra dry because it's being cooked twice.
Yeah.
Baked twice, more specifically. Mm-hmm. And it always turns out poorly. You know what's annoying is when teachers, you'll be like, can I go to the bathroom? They're like, oh, sure, you don't have to ask. But then when you don't ask, they're like, where are you going?
Like this, I don't get sign-out sheets. Like, they're like...
Sign-up sheets for what?
Sign-out sheets for like...
Oh, sign-out sheets.
Yeah,
okay.
for when you have to use a bathroom or something.
I don't get what's up with the timing.
Like,
do they really think in our schools there's going to be like some gang fight or something in one of the bathrooms and they need to figure out... Just use the cameras.
Yeah.
You don't need to have their time. That's like weird too.
Yeah, and like the time.
Because they always have the analog clocks on the wall.
Yeah.
And I all right, at the end of the school year, we made a thing, and it was like, Martin Luther's 95 Theses.
Yeah.
It was like those, and it was like, what are some things that you would like in a school?
Yeah.
And so I got two that were very popular.
The fish tank.
It was a koi pond.
Oh.
A fish pond, like when you go into a Chinese restaurant, a Chinese buffet. And they have that big.
Someone would fall in it.
No, but it would be in the cafeteria. So when somebody walks into our school, they're like, "Oh wow, these guys are classy."
They got a koi pond.
Yeah, and that was my idea, and people really liked it.
I like that idea too. It'd be very common. And
I forget if it also got on the list, but I wanted the bells. Either like beep beep, I wanted that at a random time every week, replaced with the bruh sound effect.
Yeah.
I think that also would have been cool.
Yes.
Like, each week, the responsibility goes to another member of the staff, so it's always a surprise. Like, nobody knows when it's going to happen.
But, like, that'd be so annoying to the teachers, because you'd just be sitting
because it would be really funny, because, like, at the end of if a teacher just, like, yelled at you, and they're, like, really upset, and, like, bruh, do you use your fork like this? Mm-hmm. Do you use it like this? You pile stuff on top, and then...
No, I hate it like this. Like, if I stab it, and then I eat it.
Okay, so, like, say you were eating a steak.
Mm-hmm.
How would, like... Pretend you were eating a steak right now. The steak is right here.
Like full, not cut.
No, not cut at all.
My mom cuts it for me.
How old are you? I guess you're coming up on 11 this year?
I would probably stab it with my left and then cut it with my right.
Okay, so I wasn't asking about which hand you use. I was asking how you use the fork, and you just told me. So, how I would cut it is I would stab it sort of at an angle here.
And then, okay, that makes sense.
And then you eat it like this.
Well, I cut it up I would cut all of this steak up, and then I would eat it one by one.
Why, though?
Because it's more satisfying. Remember when you ate an entire bottle of queso at my house?
That's not that impressive of a feat. Maybe it is.
No, it was like this big. You ate the whole thing.
Yes, I did. Because it's delicious.
But you didn't put
Do you have any
anything
now,
in it.
actually?
No, we stopped buying it after you ate it. To make sure it's not in the house when you come by.
I'll have to start bringing my own.
It was disgusting. Once I turned around during class.
And I was eating queso in the corner.
Behind me during class.
Supposedly in their English class, they just made noises.
No. They used to do this thing. So every day, one of them would come in with a banana and for lunch, for like a little snack, and another one would come in with a Lunchable, like the nacho cheese Lunchable or the pizza one.
Mm-hmm.
One day they had nacho the dip one.
Okay.
And I turn around and so they started doing this thing where we were doing this activity where we had a pencil and then we like put a flat shape on it and like spun it around to see what shape it would make or whatever. And instead of waiting for the tape to come back to them, they used the nacho cheese.
That's innovative. It's not. There's nothing wrong with that.
That
I would
was
have done the
fine.
same thing.
Whatever. We were like, okay, that's kind of gross, but whatever. We turned around and the banana peel was covered in nacho cheese. But then they started doing this thing where they, these things on like whiteboards in the back of the classroom.
Yep.
They had a ruler on it, and they would, somebody on the other side, we were sitting all the way in the back, someone on the other side in the very back would be like, can I have a pepperoni slice? What they do, they put a pepperoni slice on it and launch it. Radar.
Can we eat that? What's going to happen with it? Maybe you can show me a vinegar chip.
I think I ate all of them. But
there's a Garfield. I still live with the guilt of this. There's a Garfield strip, and he goes, "Trail mix? You mean M&Ms with obstacles?"
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny. So one time I repeated it. I was like, "Trail mix? You mean M&Ms with obstacles?" And somebody laughed at it, and I didn't have the heart to tell them that it wasn't me who came up with that. It was Garfield.
Yeah.
That happened probably when I was in third grade. Are you kidding me? My little brother lost his last baby tooth the other day. So, I don't want these. This is just eat a salt and vinegar chip. My little brother lost his last baby tooth. So he claims that, now he claims that the tooth fairy isn't real. Right? Because, my mom's whole thing was she was like, oh, well, if you don't believe in the tooth fairy, maybe she won't show up to your house. And of course, he wanted money, so he kept believing, quote unquote. However, now that he's done with that chapter of his life, he made the bold claim that the tooth fairy doesn't exist. So I said that the tooth fairy does exist, but it's just a fully grown man covered in head to toe with teeth.
The tooth fairy is just, there's many different bone fairies. The tooth fairy is just one of them.
No, I don't think there are.
Yeah.
You don't hide your femur under the pillow.
You don't?
What is this? I like this.
That's the spicy one. I can give them to you. I don't like them. Those are the ones that I started choking on during class.
Good. I don't want all these. Stop. Look, I can get them out myself. You don't have to pick each and every single one of them out individually for me. I can get it.